Hello students, welcome to Breedmark Academy. Myself L.S. Nanda. Now in this particular video, I am going to discuss the detailed solution of 12th question of free maths mock test for JEE Main 2026. The question is in front of you. It says the value of the expression tan cube pi upon 20 plus tan cube 3 pi upon 20 plus tan cube 7 pi upon 20 plus tan cube 9 pi upon 20 whole divided upon tan square pi upon 20 plus tan square 3 pi upon 20 plus tan square 7 pi upon 20 plus tan square 9 pi upon 20 is. Now students, we know that pi radians is equal to 180 degree. So that clearly means pi upon 20 is equal to 9 degree, right? And similarly 3 pi upon 20 radians will be equal to 27 degree. 7 pi upon 20 radians will be equal to 63 degree. And 9 pi upon 20 radians will be equal to 81 degree. Now I am just converting all of these angles into degrees. So now we have to find the value of the expression tan cube 9 degree plus tan cube 27 degree plus tan cube 63 degree plus tan cube 81 degree. Whole divided upon tan square 9 degree plus tan square 27 degree plus tan square 63 degree plus tan square 81 degree. Now students, we move further. Now students, let's find the value of the numerator of this expression first, and that is tan cube 9 degree plus tan cube 27 degree plus tan cube 63 degree plus tan cube 81 degree. Now you can clearly see that 9 degree and 81 degree, both of them are complementary angles. Similarly, 27 degree and 63 degree are also complementary angles. So now we will group them accordingly. I am grouping tan cube 9 degree with tan cube 81 degree. And similarly, I am grouping tan cube 27 degree with tan cube 63 degree. And we know that tan theta is equal to cot 90 minus theta. So this means this is equal to tan cube 9 degree plus cot cube 9 degree. And the second expression tan cube 27 degree plus tan cube 63 degree can be written as tan cube 27 degree plus cot cube 27 degree. Right? Now students, tan theta is equal to sin theta upon cos theta. So this means tan cube 9 degree is sin cube 9 degree divided upon cos cube 9 degree. And similarly, cot cube 9 degree is cos cube 9 degree divided upon sin cube 9 degree. And the second expression becomes sin cube 27 degree divided upon cos cube 27 degree. And cot cube 27 degree becomes cos cube 27 degree divided upon sin cube 27 degree. Right? Now just take the LCM of the denominators in both of these expressions. In the first expression, the LCM comes out to be sin cube 9 degree into cos cube 9 degree. And in the numerator, we get sin 9 degree to the power 6 plus cos 9 degree to the power 6. Similarly, in the second expression, the LCM comes out to be sine cube 27 degree into cos cube 27 degree. And in the numerator, it becomes sine 27 degree to the power 6 plus cos 27 degree to the power 6. Now students, we move further. Now students, sine 9 degree to the power 6 plus cos 9 degree to the power 6 can be written as sine square 9 degree whole cube plus cos square 9 degree whole cube, and in the denominator we have sine cube 9 degree into cos cube 9 degree. And similarly, I can write the second expression as sine square 27 degree whole cube plus cos square 27 degree whole cube divided upon sine cube 27 degree into cos cube 27 degree. Right? Now students, we know that a cube plus b cube is equal to a plus b whole cube minus 3ab into a plus b. So this means sine 9 degree to the power 6 plus cos 9 degree to the power 6 can be written as sine square 9 degree plus cos square 9 degree whole cube minus 3 sine square 9 degree into cos square 9 degree into sine square 9 degree plus cos square 9 degree. And we know that sine square theta plus cos square theta is nothing but equal to 1. Right? Now similarly, the second expression becomes sine square 27 degree plus cos square 27 degree whole cube minus 3 into sine square 27 degree into cos square 27 degree into inside the bracket sine square 27 degree plus cos square 27 degree whole divided upon sine cube 27 degree into cos cube 27 degree. Now students, we move further. Now students, this can further be written as 1 minus 3 into sine square 9 degree into cos square 9 degree whole divided upon sine cube 9 degree into cos cube 9 degree plus 1 minus 3 into sine square 27 degree into cos square 27 degree divided upon sine cube 27 degree into cos cube 27 degree. Right? Now this further becomes equal to 1 upon sine cube 9 degree into cos cube 9 degree plus 1 upon sine cube 27 degree into cos cube 27 degree minus 3 into inside the bracket 1 upon sine 9 degree into cos 9 degree plus 1 upon sine 27 degree into cos 27 degree bracket close. Right? Now students, we know that 2 sine theta cos theta is equal to sine 2 theta. So that means if in the expression 1 upon sine cube 9 degree into cos cube 9 degree, I multiply by 8 up and down, then in the denominator it becomes 2 sine 9 degree into cos 9 degree whole cube, which can be written as sine cube 18 degree. Right? So that means now this becomes 8 upon sine cube 18 degree. And similarly, 1 upon sine cube 27 degree into cos cube 27 degree becomes 8 upon sine cube 54 degree. And we know that sine theta is equal to cos 90 minus theta. So that means sine cube 54 degree can be written as cos cube 36 degree. Now students, why I have converted this value into cos 36 degree? Because I directly know the value of cos 36 degree as root 5 plus 1 whole divided upon 4. And we also know the value of sine 18 degree as root 5 minus 1 whole divided upon 4. So we will directly substitute these values in this expression. Now students, for this particular expression, 1 upon sine 9 degree into cos 9 degree plus 1 upon sine 27 degree into cos 27 degree, just multiply up and down by 2. So now this becomes minus 6 into 1 upon sine 18 degree plus 1 upon sine 54 degree, which becomes cos 36 degree. Right? Now students, this expression further becomes equal to 8 I have taken out common, and inside the bracket it becomes 64 divided upon root 5 minus 1 whole cube plus 64 divided upon root 5 plus 1 whole cube minus 6 into inside the bracket 4 upon root 5 minus 1 plus 4 upon root 5 plus 1. I have substituted the values of sine 18 degree and cos 36 degree in this particular expression. Now students, we will do the calculations and find its value. Now students, this can further be written as 8 into 64 I have taken common outside, and inside the bracket it is 1 upon root 5 minus 1 whole cube plus 1 upon root 5 plus 1 whole cube, which can be written as root 5 minus 1 whole cube plus root 5 plus 1 whole cube whole divided upon root 5 minus 1 whole cube into root 5 plus 1 whole cube. We know that a minus b into a plus b is equal to a square minus b square. So this means root 5 minus 1 into root 5 plus 1 just becomes equal to 5 minus 1, which is equal to 4. So that means in the denominator we get 4 cube, which is 64. And 64 gets cancelled up and down. And then we have minus 6 into 4 common outside, and inside the bracket we get root 5 plus 1 plus root 5 minus 1, and this becomes 2 root 5, and in the denominator we get root 5 plus 1 into root 5 minus 1, which is nothing but 4. So 4 also gets cancelled up and down. Now students, it is equal to 8 times inside the bracket root 5 minus 1 whole cube plus root 5 plus 1 whole cube can be written as root 5 minus 1 plus root 5 plus 1, that is 2 root 5 whole cube minus 3 into root 5 minus 1 into root 5 plus 1, which is 5 minus 1 or 4, into inside the bracket root 5 minus 1 plus root 5 plus 1, which is 2 root 5. Students, here I have used the identity a cube plus b cube is equal to a plus b whole cube minus 3ab into a plus b. And then we have minus 12 into root 5. Now this further becomes equal to 8 into 40 root 5 minus 24 root 5, bracket close, and then we have minus 12 root 5. So this becomes 8 into 16, that is 128, minus 12 into root 5, and this becomes 116 into root 5. So this is the value of the numerator of the required expression. Now students, we will find the value of the denominator. Now students, we have to find the value of the expression tan square 9 degree plus tan square 27 degree plus tan square 63 degree plus tan square 81 degree. And it is easier to find the value of this expression in comparison to the previous expression. Now I am rewriting this as tan square 9 degree plus tan square 81 degree plus tan square 27 degree plus tan square 63 degree. Now students, in the first group, tan square 9 degree plus tan square 81 degree, it can be written as tan square 9 degree plus cot square 9 degree, because we know that tan 81 degree is same as cot 9 degree. And similarly, in the second group, I can write tan square 27 degree plus cot square 27 degree. Now this further becomes equal to sine square 9 degree divided upon cos square 9 degree plus cos square 9 degree divided upon sine square 9 degree. In the second group, it becomes sine square 27 degree divided upon cos square 27 degree plus cos square 27 degree divided upon sine square 27 degree. Now students, this further becomes equal to sine 9 degree to the power 4 plus cos 9 degree to the power 4 whole divided upon sine square 9 degree into cos square 9 degree. And the second expression becomes sine 27 degree to the power 4 plus cos 27 degree to the power 4 whole divided upon sine square 27 degree into cos square 27 degree. Now students, we move further. Now students, sine theta to the power 4 plus cos theta to the power 4 can be written as sine square theta whole square plus cos square theta whole square. And then we can apply the identity a square plus b square equal to a plus b whole square minus 2ab. So that means now this expression becomes equal to sine square 9 degree plus cos square 9 degree whole square minus 2 into sine square 9 degree into cos square 9 degree whole divided upon sine square 9 degree into cos square 9 degree. And then we have plus sine square 27 degree plus cos square 27 degree whole square minus 2 into sine square 27 degree into cos square 27 degree whole divided upon sine square 27 degree into cos square 27 degree. Right? Now students, we know that sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So this becomes equal to 1 minus 2 into sine square 9 degree into cos square 9 degree whole divided upon sine square 9 degree into cos square 9 degree. And then we have 1 minus 2 into sine square 27 degree into cos square 27 degree whole divided upon sine square 27 degree into cos square 27 degree. Now students, we move further. Now students, this further becomes equal to 1 upon sine square 9 degree into cos square 9 degree plus 1 upon sine square 27 degree into cos square 27 degree minus 4. Now for the expression 1 upon sine square 9 degree into cos square 9 degree, just multiply up and down by 4. So this becomes 4 upon sine square 18 degree. And similarly, for the expression 1 upon sine square 27 degree into cos square 27 degree, multiply up and down by 4. So we get 4 upon sine square 54 degree, which can be written as cos square 36 degree. Now students, just substitute the values of sine 18 degree and cos 36 degree in this expression. So this becomes 64 upon root 5 minus 1 whole square plus 64 upon root 5 plus 1 whole square minus 4. Right? Now, if I take out 64 common from the first two terms, then inside the bracket, I get root 5 minus 1 whole square plus root 5 plus 1 whole square. And in the denominator, we get root 5 plus 1 whole square into root 5 minus 1 whole square, which is nothing but 4 square, that is 16. And then we have minus 4. Now 16 cancels 64 to give 4. Now students, this can further be written as 4 into, inside the bracket, we have root 5 minus 1 whole square plus root 5 plus 1 whole square. So you can directly use the identity a minus b whole square plus a plus b whole square equal to 2 times a square plus b square. So that means this can be written as 2 into, inside the bracket, 5 plus 1, which is 6. And then we have minus 4. So this finally becomes equal to 48 minus 4, which is 44. Now students, the value of this given expression becomes equal to 116 into root 5 divided upon 44. So you can cancel by 4 up and down. So in the denominator we get 11 and in the numerator we get 29 into root 5. So that means 29 into root 5 divided upon 11 is the right answer of this question. That means option B is the correct one. Now students, this was a nice problem on trigonometry, and such kind of questions can be asked in exams like JEE Advanced also. Now in my tomorrow's video, I will share with you the 13th question of free mock maths test. Till then, goodbye. Keep watching my videos and enhance your knowledge of mathematics. Thanks.